Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. So today I really want to do something a little bit different. I am going to give you a really quick but really intensive lesson on trimming, and then I am also going to give you some styling hacks for this hairstyle that I've been rocking for like a bit. Okay, so let's get right into it. Now, trimming. Before I get into specifically, that, I just want to talk about something that I often get questions about. A couple of people will DM me and tell me, my hair is not growing. I've had my hair for 2 years, 3 years, and I can't see any, visible increase in length. Like, why isn't my hair growing? And I always start by saying your hair is growing, which I know is not really what you want to hear. When for you are convinced that no, it's not. I measured. What? Oh my god. But it really is. As long as you are alive, your hair is growing. Like, it's a given. In fact, each year your hair grows 4 to 7 inches. Now that varies because factors like genetics are part of that. Factors like your hair care regimen are determinant as well of how much length you're going to get in a specific amount of time, but your hair is always growing. Now the problem is that you are not retaining that length. Why? You're probably not taking care of the ends of your hair well enough. Now the roots of your hair are the healthiest, the strongest, shall we say the youngest, and more often than not the thickest part of your hair, because they're newer, they're just newer. And the ends of your hair, because they've been through so much more stuff, they've just been with you longer, that they're just, they're the oldest and most delicate, most fragile parts of your hair. Now, because of that, you have to give them special attention. They have to be protected, they have to be moisturized. You really have to do the most with your ends if you want to retain length, because picture this, right? Your hair grows, you don't take care of your ends, they get dry, they split, they break, and so your hair stays the same length. You get? So you'll just be thinking year 1, year 2 my hair is just not growing, but it is. You're just not retaining the length. Okay, so I just wanted that to be clear, which is how trimming comes into the equation. Okay, now because our ends are delicate and fragile and all these things, they tend to easily get damaged. Okay, and that's where things like split ends come in. Right, now what exactly is a split end? I have a little illustration to show you. Okay, so this is just a simple, very basic illustration of what your hair looks like. Now the middle part of the hair, the inside, is called the cortex, and then this outer layer is called the cuticles. Now the cuticles form a protective layer over the cortex. Now once the cuticles get damaged, the cortex is exposed. It no longer has its protective sheath, and because of that it can easily split, right? Because it's just not, it's not covered anymore, so it's easy for it to go through some things. It will be in contact with all the elements very direct. What are the specific causes? Things like over manipulation, excessive use of heat, color treatments, all this stuff can lead to split ends. However, it's important to note that regular wear and tear will lead to split ends. No matter how well you are taking care of your hair, ends are going to split. Now what we can do is to decrease the rate at which this is happening. Okay, so you want to do what you can to protect your hair from the effects of splitting, because picture this, right? You have just a strand of hair and it's splitting, right? You're saying this is strand, this is one strand, and it's splitting. Now once it splits, the split just keeps on traveling down, all the way down your hair, and so gradually, so it will gradually damage the rest of your hair. So, right? So you need to get rid of split ends. We trim to maintain health. There's that myth from I don't know when Ati when you trim your hair it will grow over faster, over longer. No, that is a myth. We trim hair so that it will be healthier, so that it will grow out healthier. Like I always say, health really is over length. Length comes, you know, eventually with health. Once you have a healthy head of hair, everything else just sort of falls into place. I am going to show you guys, I'm going to talk about it first. I'm going to tell you the 3 things that I think are really important when it comes to trimming your hair. First of all is using sharp shears. Now, to begin with, your shears should be hair shears. Like there are, but anyway, I'm saying shears and like I feel like it's too fancy. Anyway, makans, scissors. So just get scissors, but the ones for hair, and you can buy those things are available at like supermarkets. For real, I myself, I'm quite lazy and I just don't have a pair of hair shears. Shame. Okay, so you really should get a pair of hair shears, and they should be nice and sharp. You do not want to cut with something that's blunt or has maybe rugged edges, because that's the kind of stuff that will lead to you won't have like a clean cut. Your hair will be like, you know, rough edges, and rough edges are going to split. Okay, so you don't want rough edges. So that's one thing. Number 2 is snip right across. Like when you're cutting, cut your hair straight across. Try to avoid doing angular sort of cuts, because that kind of thing can increase the surface area of your hair strands, like at the end, and that can promote splitting. Number 3 is trim your hair while it's dry. Now I don't know if trimming your hair while wet is a thing. It might be, I don't know, but this is why I think trimming your hair dry is a good thing. It's something I learned from this amazing channel called Green Beauty, and I'm going to give you guys a little demo, a little illustration of why you should trim your hair while dry. Okay, so I'm going to use this wet piece of paper to represent wet hair, and that's just a regular pair of scissors. And once I go in, you can see immediately that you get a rough and rugged kind of edge, which is essentially what will happen to your hair and what we are trying to avoid. Now we're going to try this again with a dry piece of paper, and you can see straight off that you get that nice clean cut, which is what we want. One other important thing that I would like to tell you guys is that nothing can heal split ends. There is no treatment, no, like I don't know what that can heal your split ends. Once they're split, it's done, it's okay, like it's over. They're split and you just need to get rid of them. That is the one and only remedy for split ends. So like, don't tell yourself I will take better care and the splits will heal. Nah, boo. It does not work like that. You need to trim them off. Something else is, how often should you trim? I believe that trimming is very dependent on your hair. It depends on your hair situation, what is going on. I always say, listen to your hair, observe. What is your hair telling you? You will know when it's time for a trim. That's why, you know, over the year, like over a long period of time, you'll be able to know, oh, trimming my hair twice a year is enough for me. And it might be. It really just depends on the situation of your hair, right? So listen to your hair. It will give you the cues, the signs. You will know that, you know, once my hair is feeling this type of way, it's time to trim. So I am going to do a little trim for you guys. Okay, so these sections that are already twisted away have already been trimmed, and yeah, that part's done. So the front section I left out so that I could show you guys this demonstration. And if you know where to get those nice partitioning clip thingies, hook a sister up though, because what is this I'm using really? Anyway, so I work in sections as always, and what I'm doing right now is just a dry finger detangling. I do not add any water, oil, or any other product. I just go in on the hair the way it is. And the reason why it's not so hard for me to do that is because I moisturize my hair effectively. Again, guys, like, you need to moisturize effectively. It really influences the way the rest of your hair care regimen will go. Because I moisturized about a week and a half ago, and you know, here I am, and it's still really well moisturized. And yeah, what's happening here is that I found a knot in my hair. Always cut those off with scissors. Never just like tug at them with your fingers or whatever. It will cause more split ends, which, as we have established, is the enemy. So yeah, so what I do when I'm trying to find that spot where I'm going to trim from is to keep on running my fingers, my fingertips, like from the root to the end. And as I do that, I find that spot where the hair feels sort of dry and crunchy and just doesn't feel as smooth as the rest of my hair. And if you look closely, you'll see that that place is also where the hair just looks thinner than the rest. And that is the spot that I will select to do my trim from. And then I'll just cut right across. And voila, that's it. It's really that easy. Okay, so I promised you a styling hack, so here it is. I've already put my hair into a puff at the back here. There's a whole tutorial on how I achieve this. My very first styling tutorial. Yeah, that's because I'm going to do something very similar. So I just left these two bits out so that I can do this that I'm about to show you. So I basically just put it back. I really try not to do it too tight because you don't want to tug at your ends too much. The ends is important. Oh, not my ends, my roots, I mean. Like the edges, this whole area. You really want to try and be as gentle as possible. So I put that back. Bobby pins, which apparently I put too far. And then pin that at the back. Make sure that the ends are also tucked in under the puff if you can. If you can't, if you have shorter hair, just tuck it into this hair on the side. Like literally get your hair and tuck it into the other hair, because you don't want the ends of your hair to ever be just like exposed. Because again, guys, protection of the ends is the name of the game. Okay, then I do the same thing. Bobby pin and put that down as well. Tuck my hair into the bun. Try to use few bobby pins. I'm not a fan of using many. I feel like it makes things uncomfortable eventually, and you want to wear this hair for as long as possible. So now, once it's like this, this is my little trick that I just sort of made up along the way. I don't like gel. One of the things that I truly fear when it comes to my hair, excessive heat, color damage due to color treatment, and losing my edges. Oh my god, I am afraid of losing my edges. Okay, so this is just water. So I just spray this. It's literally just water. I didn't even put oil in this one. It was just water. I just spray very lightly, especially over here. And this is also, by the way, what I do at night when I have this hairstyle in for the week. Then I get my satin scarf. You guys, satin scarves are the truth, by the way. If you don't know where to get satin scarves, let me know, and I can find you vendors, because I bought this one a really long time ago, so I can't tell you where I bought this specific one, but I can find a way to hook you up with some vendors. So anyway, once the hair is done, but also we might add 2 pins right here just to get this nicely flat. This is optional, you know, if you need it, you don't need it. Really up to you, but my hair is really extra puffy today because, you know, after stretching it out, the trimming, whatever, that whole process, I really got it poofed out, so it's huge. So get your scarf and tie it over your hair. I need to make sure it covers all the hair. Tight as possible without giving yourself a headache. You guys, have you been there? Those head wraps headaches. It's not a joke, friends. Then, let's try and keep the scarf as spread as possible because you don't want to create any unwanted budens. So you tie it. Again, don't give yourself a headache. Tie it as tight as possible without, don't cause yourself pain. Okay, once it is like this, if you have something else you can even add, maybe you want it to lay flatter. So I'm going to come back like hours later because I'm going to go and do some chores, because you just need to leave it on for some time. Some hours is good. When you're going to bed, actually it's very nice because you'll get it, you'll even sleep on it and it will flatten. So anyway, I'll come back later and show you the final results of this no gel slick down. Okay. Hey, this is like 2 hours later and I am ready to take off my satin scarf. The anticipation. Can you see it on my face? Okay. So off it goes. You guys. I mean, so cute. Oh, you guys, I'm so just me. Yeah? Like I'm so here for this car look. Here for it. Okay. So yeah, that's something like what you would achieve. If you leave it on longer, you may have something a little flatter. I'm just giving you a 360 here so you see how it looks. It's still poofy, but it's got that nice, and that's just my Mali braid puff that I use every single day for like a while. And right here I realized that what is that? Am I what? Yes. Okay, that was just a side note, but anyway, now I'm just doing my regular everyday Mali braid bun, and if you would like to see how I do that, I've already done it in a past video and I'll just leave it in the description box below so you can check that out. But yeah, I just spin my bun down and it's a look. It's obviously not as flat as it would be with like gel, but again, this is for you guys who are just not you're not really about that gel life. Me, you guys, the truth is, like, I just cannot with gel. You guys, I can't. Like, first of all, the effort that is involved in slicking down 4C hair, I am not the one. I really respect people doing, like, I see people on YouTube and I'm like, yo, that's dope. Still not going to do it. So yeah, that's how I ended up coming up with like my own way to do this. It's it's still poofy and I like that. I mean, again, if you're just into that look, I can still be kind of gangster with it. Okay. But yeah, I mean, this is the look. Let me know if it works out for you. Tag me. I would love to see your results and how that's going for you. Thank you so much for watching, and please come back next time. We shall have fun. We shall learn. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye bye.